Witches, it's the Zen Witch with an unboxing. I'm unboxing a classic deck today. The Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg. This one's been around for a while. This beautiful black and gold box. I mean, that the Russian artistic aesthetic is so strong here, and it's wonderful. By Yury Shakov. Printed in Italy, U.S. Game Systems, Inc. There's the title in U.S. Games. The Sun. The copyright on this is 1992. Complete deck of 78 cards by Russian artist Yury Shakov, renowned for lacquer miniatures and flawless depictions of Russian folk and fairy tales. The miniature paintings in stunning color are framed within an oval border against a black field and are reminiscent of Imperial Fabergé eggs. The Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg is a treasure of symbolism combined with richness of superb art. Let's go in. And a full disclosure, when you get a deck like this, the deck itself is wrapped in plastic. I like to do all the unwrapping. Because I don't know, I never understood with unboxings why everybody is just so, thrilled about the opening of the package itself. But, not me. Anyway, the LWB, little white book. We have the face. Okay, wait, let me zoom in. That's better. So here's the facing card, Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg by Yury Shakov. There are the backs. Beautiful. So we do have representations. There's a wand or a club and a sword, and there's a cup. And this, that looks like a helmet. Is that a crown maybe for the earth element? And then, oh, look. Okay, in memoriam, Yury Shakov, born Baku, USSR, July 15th, 1937. Sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone. Renowned Russian artist, famous for lacquer miniatures and flawless depictions of Russian folk and fairy tales. Yury Shakov received his art education in Moscow and Palach. His work is exhibited in private collections in many museums, including the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg. The Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg was Yury Shakov's final commission prior to his untimely death on March 10th, 1989. The Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg is dedicated to Leah Najda and U.S. Games. Okay, here we go. So it's great. I love when they include two cards because it's an acknowledgement that we know how our customers are using this and that they want cards, to block the deck with. Although I think some readers probably wouldn't want to use these cards to block the deck. They want, taking a knight to block one side, or certain readers pick certain cards to block the deck because of the energies of those cards. So anyway, here's the Fool, and we see this oval and the very intricate decoration around the outside. I'm looking at that and thinking of henna patterns. And those would be the kind of patterns that I suck at. So, but here's the Fool at any rate. Look, he's got a little puppet of himself on his hand. And this little ribbon thing, and there's the dog snapping at his heels. So the images are very much boiled down to the essence. We don't see background here. We see black. There's a little bit of background there, but that's going to be pretty much out of the picture. So here's the Magician in 3/4 view. We've got the lemniscate above his head. I think that's what it's called. And then, I always doubt. It comes out of my mouth and it's like, I doubt. There's the wand. It's like a mace. And the cup and the pentacle and the sword. Okay, so here's the pentacle right in the middle of everything. And I guess that must be a crown. At any rate, there's the Magician. So essentially, we are staying true to the standard. And except these 3/4 turn images are very interesting rather than face on. The High Priestess with the scroll in her lap. There's the Empress with the shield. and the Emperor. And I'm looking at her. Oh no, that looks like a crown. The Emperor, we see the castle in the background for him. Did she have anything in the background, or she just had the shield? There's like a door or a gate there. Hierophant, we've got doves. We don't have any supplicants. So again, the images are very much boiled down. I think you would do well to be familiar with the standard images before coming to these. I'm just taking a look here to see who the writing is attributed to. Clearly, Yury Shakov is the artist. Feminine progress, fruitfulness, accomplishment, mother, wife, sister. I mean, the meanings kind of read like the Stuart Kaplan meanings. I would have to, yes, duh, on the front. Read the front page, instructions by Stuart Kaplan. So you're going to get the standard tarot meanings here. The Lovers. Again, the style is just beautiful. I think I'd like to zoom you in a little bit more. There we go. The Chariot. Look at the red horse and the yellow horse. Very fiery looking. Look at their tails. Strength is the number 8 card. You know that strength and justice switch places. 8 and 11. 8 and 12. 8 and 11. See how anyway, here's strength. And the lion is like rawr, but she's not afraid. So there's courage there. There's a windmill in the background. The Hermit. That's pretty standard. The Wheel of Fortune. Tarot Rota. Ator. Do we have the 4? Yes, the 4 fixed signs. So there's the eagle, there's the bull, there's the lion, and there's the angel. Justice is 11 indeed. 12 is the Hanged Man. It's like apples falling all around him. Interesting. There's the Death card. So that is a helmet. Okay. Temperance. The Devil. This really does have that classic tarot feel to it, and it's wonderful. I think, even with all the amazing decks that are out these days, like the Light Seers Tarot and ones that really reimagine Dreams of Gaia, that are really reimagining everything within the tarot system, it is important. It's very useful, at the very least, to have a classic deck like this with the Stuart Kaplan meanings, just to get that foundation. Okay, so not the lightning struck tower. This is called the falling tower. So the tower itself is what's falling. The institutions. We're used to thinking about the people falling. The tower gets struck by lightning and it's the people that fall, but it's the tower that's falling. I like that emphasis. Here's the Star. Interesting. So this clearly female person, this clear woman, is wearing like a chemise, I guess, underneath, and you see this over thing on the ground. And, I'm not going to look up, well, yes, I am going to look up, I lied, because the Stuart Kaplan meanings are pretty standard, but I'm curious as to, is there any description of the image? A young woman pours water on the ground and into the sea. Behind her is a Slavic field camp. The largest star above is Sirius. So we do get a description of the actual images that Shakov has done. That's wonderful. The Moon. There's a crayfish. There's the dog and the wolf. And the 2 towers. Look at the little telescope there. So there are details in some that you can really pull out. The sun, there's a naked young person. There's kind of a glowering sun. Look at the angry face here. Here we go again. A little boy rides a white horse, both garlanded with flowers. That's all that says. Okay. But see, these are details you can pull out. Judgment. And the world. And there again we've got the angel, the eagle, the bull, and the lion, the symbols of the 4 fixed signs. Now we come into the swords and we go to the kings first. Do they go in backwards order? Yes, they do. Again, with no explanation, as usual. All right, so here's the King of Swords, and we see in the suits we've got that represented in the frame. There's the king, the queen, with her sword pointing down. She's standing. The knight, charging away. And the page. The upraised sword. Then we've got the 10. Yes, clear disaster. The 9, imagining disaster or grieving it. The 8, no blindfold. The 7, getting away with it. The 6, getting away from it. The 5, victory or defeat. Look at the castle in flames behind. Oops. The 4, it's kind of like lounging out of the fray. 3, there's 3 bells in this image too. Let's see if they say things about the suits. Nope, they just go straight to divinatory meanings. That's too bad. So the bells, I mean, this could be an alarm, a warning, a wake-up call, something that rings your bell. Here's 2 of swords again, no blindfold. And there's the ace. The King of Clubs. Straight up. And there's the queen. She is sewing. So you get that creative aspect coming through here. The Knight of Clubs, he is also galloping away. His banner flying in the breeze, or his cape, or whatever that is. Page of Clubs with a scroll in his hand. That implies knowledge, learning, study. And the page. And there's the 10. Ooh, so he's got some, and he's like, is he picking them all up, I guess? And there's the 9. They're all pointing down except 1. All right, the 8, there they go flying through the air. Castle in the background and a cloud. Look at, so, you know, when you've got sparse backgrounds in things, it's safe to assume that everything is there for a reason. So we can look at, you know, these wands flying through the air, and there's like these little wispy, I guess those might be motion lines, or whichever way they're flying. And the cloud, yeah, can talk about some worries coming in, a big cloud up here. 7 of clubs. Look at his cape flying up in the air. And then there's the 6, the victory card. 5. The 4. So you've got this wreath, and they're holding hands, and there's a house in the background, so talking about making a home together. The 3. Ships coming in. You see something coming in and a ship there. And then this, looking to the future. Gathering strength is what I felt there. Ace of clubs. And here's the King of Cups. Look at the comfort there. You know, sitting on a cushion rather than a throne, like a bench. And the Queen of Cups looking at the table. There's a table set behind her. And she's sharing something. I really like these nuances. The Knight of Cups is also going, but he's got like 2 legs on the ground. Looks like he's kind of kicking up. And here's the Page of Cups, and we do have the fish in the cauldron. And we've got a church in the background. So, the spiritual study aspect. Here's the 10 with the children. You see the cups in the frame. The 9 wish card. Got a couple little shot glasses, it looks like, there. Here's the 8, walking away from things that do not serve. The 7, with all of the worldly dreams coming in. Stars, there's a wreath, maybe a victory. The snake, religion. The person, I'm not sure what the person, I mean, fleshly pleasures, maybe, I don't know. Dragon and jewels. Make of them what you will. And there's the 6 of cups, memories, reminiscing. The 5. So, okay, 3 spilled, 2. He's actually got one in his hands. There's the 4. 3. Look at the colors. 2. And the ace with a knight up here. That's interesting. And now the coins. There's the king with all the buildings behind him. The queen, we have another table set behind her. The knight of coins. So this is the first knight of coins I've ever seen where the horse is actually in motion. Doesn't look like it's moving forward, but it's kind of rearing up. Usually knight of coins, knight of pentacles is the horse just stands. The page of coins, looking at a scroll. He always talks about study to me. 10 of coins. Stable family. There's the 9. The 8. The apprentice. 7. 6, yep. They definitely follow well the standard images. The 5 of coins. All right, this one. This isn't as clear, looking like out in the snow, but this person looks like they're well-to-do and headed off, and this person is in rags. The 4, tucking things away. The 3, there's mastery in music and skill. The 2, he doesn't really look like he's juggling, but things are going off a cliff, and then there's the ace. Okay. Oh crap, let's light my charcoal because I totally forgot to. Uh-oh, all of my lighters have been booping out. All right, so we go to the match. And it goes out. We are in the shadow of a Mercury retro as I record this, and it turns on the 31st. This is May of 2020 that is being recorded. 2021. Oh my God. Can you tell Mercury's going to do this in Gemini? It's like everything just the way our brains work and communicate. That's what's going haywire. All right, let me zoom you back in. Back out. Whatever. Maybe I should try a different language than English because it would make as much sense. All righty. Now, let's take a quick look at the LWB. So a little bit more about the artist. It gives just a small synopsis of what you'll find in the deck. And it just says what we've read elsewhere. So we do get the description of the actual image for the major arcana. But when we get to the minors, we just go straight to Stuart Kaplan's divinatory meanings. At the back of the book, we get the Celtic Cross. So, very standard book. And I expect that it's going to shuffle like a US Games Classic deck. A little stiffer than I was expecting. Ooh, they don't like being shuffled yet. Hold on. Silly me assuming like that. Okay, here we go. There we have it. So satisfying. As I in my 60s, begin to identify the symptoms of ADHD in myself. I always have to have something to do with my hands. And if I'm not doing something with my hands, my foot will be going. And shuffling is just such a soothing activity to me. I love the sound of it. Okay, I'm done wanking around here. Let's pause for a moment and invite allies and ancestors, guides and guardians to come be with me here to, let me try something real quick, to open my mind to this wonderful tool. And while we're at it, let me cleanse this deck. Do a smoke cleanse with sage. And then we do a water and earth cleanse with salt water. And then we offer the fire of Azrael to the deck and to the ancestors and allies, guides and guardians, along with fresh water that I've just uncorked here. Please allow me access to the great well of knowledge and give me information that anyone viewing this will find helpful, clear, pertinent. Let's see what we got coming out the chute, the 2 and 3 of Swords. All right. So we're talking about conflicts. We're talking about waking up. This one feels like decision here rather than denial. Without the blindfold, it really changes things. Let's see what Stuart says about it. Balanced force, harmony, firmness, concord, offsetting factors, stalemate, and affection. Okay, class, who here ever got affection for the 2 of Swords? Show of hands. Anyone? Anyone? No. Is that, I haven't looked at a Stuart Kaplan book in a while. Is that what it has always said? That's messed up. My camera's tippy. Okay. And the 3 of Swords, of course, absence, sorrow, disappointment, strife, removal, all that kind of stuff. All right. So I'm going to keep cut shuffling and ask for, we'll go in 3s. Let's just see. Did something flip itself over? It felt like it did. It's kind of hard to tell. You know, you really have to look because the backs are so similar to the fronts. All right, I guess it didn't. Back we go again. What do we need to know today in order to go beyond surviving and into thriving? Our standard questions. What do we need to know today for our highest good in moving to fulfill our potential? All right, they don't want to be shuffled anymore. I'm going to take the group that flipped itself over. And we're just going to go by 3s here. Justice, the Sun, and 6 of Clubs. So the Sun in the middle talks about empowerment. That validates the reading. What do we do? Because to thrive is to be empowered, right? Thriving isn't just about getting your basic needs met. That is surviving. You're surviving when your basic needs are being met. When you're thriving, you are doing something more with that survival. You are using your life. You are making something more. You are adding something, to the environment, to the world. My Reiki is buzzing, man. It has been clicking on really fast and hot lately. So we have justice over here, bringing things back into balance. And the 6 of Clubs is victory. So what we need to know is that we are coming back into balance, into a time where we feel empowered, where things come out into the light of day, where we have choice, where we have a vehicle to get where we're going. Look at the, riding the horse. And this talks about things coming into balance because of truth, because of choices made as well. Six of Clubs says we move to victory. So in May of 2021, guess what that is? Then we have the Seven of Clubs, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. So Ace of Cups in the center. I'm going to do this full 10 card. And we'll see how many I've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got 11. At any rate, the Ace of Cups in the center of this reading talks about returning to joy, talks about the alleviation of stress because we're feeling like our cup is full again. New emotional beginning to look at things in the most the most simplistic, essential way. Aces are beginnings, cups are in the emotional, new emotional beginning. So this is saying that we're getting that fresh start, that we can let go of so much of that constant emotional drain that we've been under for, since 2016. And so that's very good news. Seven of Clubs says, and lining up with justice here, we have managed to keep things at bay. We have managed to, I need more Fire of Azrael, sorry. We have managed to hold things back, to push things back. When we were overwhelmed with things, this is now the opposite, pushing back against the overwhelm and beginning to overcome instead of being overwhelmed. And the Magician says, we've got skills, we've learned some things. The Magician being a number 1 card next to the Ace, again reiterates a new beginning, but the new beginning here says with what we've learned, that we've gone to school here, and we need to rely on what we have learned to start again and start something new. Then we have the Six of Swords, the Two of Clubs, and the Devil. And look at the 1, 2, 3, 4 majors in this reading so far, 4 out of 9. So that's a strong indicator that there's just big energies at work, not just mundane details. Six of Swords says we're moving through troubled waters. Look at the theme here about justice and decisions being made, and then we start holding things at bay, less overwhelm, and then Six of Swords saying we get through the troubled waters, we move on to new territory. Two of Clubs here. Now we look to the future. So we move into a new place because of what we've learned. The Magician says we start again with new knowledge, new skills. We get ourselves through this troubled time, and now we can look towards the new future. When we have taken responsibility, we can look forward to, okay, now what are the possibilities that have now opened up to us? But the Devil says we haven't dealt with the core issue. And that core issue is greed. That core issue is greed and attachment, addiction to money, to the point where it is hoarded, to the point where it is denied to the majority of people, to the extent that they work their lives away and cannot even survive, let alone thrive. So, oof, and we've got another 3 here. Interesting. So yeah, Six of Swords, Two of Clubs, but we've got to come to terms with this Devil. I'm going to take, well, let's just see. We've got the Six of Coins, the Four of Coins, and the Four of Swords. All right. What my instinct was to take that 10th card, as I usually do on this 9, and then take these as a clarifier for the Devil. So Six of Coins says it's time to redistribute. There needs to be the redistribution of wealth. And whoop, whoop, opinion warning. I think if they would legalize cannabis at the federal level and start to tax it and make use of all the people that have been making their illegal living off of this, bring them into the fold, let them make shit tons of money and start paying taxes on all of it, and you watch the economy rebound, and you watch, and if we can get the minimum wage up to $15 an hour, you know, things would start shaking out. And then first of all, when you've got people that don't have to scrounge for survival, their money goes immediately back into the economy, and there's less crime. There's less crime. And then when there's less crime, we can look at redistributing resources around community health and safety rather than policing. Community health and safety says we make sure everyone has access to health care and mental health care, and then what police there are only there for when things really are dangerous and they are required. Right? Okay. So there's the redistribution there, is where we need, but we got to get past this devil. We've got the Four of Coins here. There's the greed. And the Four of Swords here. Okay, hold on. Let me look at their meaning for Four of Swords. Respite, rest after illness, repose, replenishment, solitude, exile, retreat, abandonment. Yep, same as usual. This validates the greed, and this just says we got to just take a break from this, you know. Something's got to change here. I still want to know. We're like asleep on the job. We are sleeping on this really extreme problem. You know, when we look at the extreme wealth of some people and the hoarding, the extreme hoarding of wealth, we're just dead asleep on this subject. So that's what I'm taking away from it. Anyway, yes, fabulous classic deck. I am so happy to have it in my collection now because I've always loved it. This and the medieval Scapini deck have that same, you know, dark vibe, but this one so very Russian, and I love the Russian aesthetic. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get big again for you. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button on your way out. If you really super like what I'm doing here, please consider sending me a donation. There are 2 links below to do that. Nothing is too small, and I send you blessings for whatever you send my way. If you would like me to do a reading for you on an unboxing video, scroll down till you hit my Amazon wish list and buy me a deck, and I will read for you on that video. You can also book a reading with me if you look down to how to contact me on Facebook. I do tarot and astrology, and I really look forward to connecting with you. All right, you guys, I'll see you every Wednesday and Saturday for live streams, readings on Wednesdays, prayer ritual on Saturdays. Come hang out with me some more. I'm real glad you came by. Till I see you next time, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.